Got a little got a little fuzz hair on the top of my microphone. So as you can see here, I'm using my shotgun mic um, with both foam pads on, or foam heads. So yeah. Well, welcome everybody to another video from Biohazard Candy Kid. Welcome back. I hope you guys enjoy this video. As I have some things to say regarding my setup, and then we're going to get into some automotive stuff. Okay? So, all right. I was just testing to see if you could hear my voice this loud right here underneath my my face, right here on the neckline. So, yeah. So regarding setups for video, for photography, okay? Well, first of all, what is the most important thing in a setup? And let me grab something real quick, or a few items. Huh, funny. I didn't need to grab that. I have one right in front of me. So, alrighty, I'm back. I just had to adjust a few things. Okay, so yeah, well, what is the most important thing regarding photography and videography? Videos and photos. You know, cameras, you know, that take photos, or cameras that take video, or cameras that do both. What is the most important thing? Okay? What is it? What is it? Is it a microphone? Okay? Is it a microphone? Is it a light? Okay? Or is it a camera? What's the most important thing? You know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say all of them are the most important thing. I'm going to disrupt the whole entire community, the whole entire world of videos, lights, and microphones. I mean, sorry, of not videos, of cameras, lights, and microphones. I'm going to disrupt the whole entire thing. I'm going to shut everyone up. A person who doesn't know anything, a person who is very basic, a person who never ever went to school to learn this stuff. a person who doesn't have a degree in any of these sectors, a person who just buys the products and uses them. That's it. I'm going to disrupt everybody. I'm going to destroy you. Okay? So, first of all, everybody says, oh, well, I guess this light is dead. Everybody says that lighting is the most important thing. They say it's the first most important thing. That's what everyone says. You can have all the best lighting in the world. You can light up a subject as much as you want. Go ahead. Light up all you want. I added more lights in this room today. I'm not just running one softbox and two panel lights, two soft panel lights. I'm running a softbox here, okay? So, let me see. A softbox here, a softbox over that way, a panel light right here, a panel light right there, and a tiny little LED light that you can stick on the top of your camera right there. It's actually on top of my other action camera that's standing on top of a monitor speaker. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. 4 out of the 5 are softbox. I mean, they're soft lights. They're 2 of them, okay? 2 are softbox lights on 2 stands, and then the other 2, they're soft panel lights. Okay, one's on a stand right here. It's a little desk tripod, and then the other one is on like a an arm. Okay, that you can basically put. You can clamp to the desk. Okay, those are my soft lights, and they go from this temperature to that temperature. And you know, you can raise it up, tone it down, basically make it bright, make it dim. You know, there's all these settings. Here's the controller for the softbox lights, okay? And then the panel lights, basically, those, you turn knobs on the back. And then there's an on and off switch. And it's not just an on and off switch. It's a switch to switch between battery or plugged into the wall, and then in the middle is off, okay? The little key light, because people like to throw that term around, key light, fill light, whatever. The light that's on top of my my camera, right here, the other one, okay? The camera that's showing this angle, all right? The light that's on top of that camera is just like a tiny little light like this one. It's bigger. It's not this size. It's a bit bigger, and it doesn't have these little indents right here, okay, where you can basically attach a bunch of them. It's just one solid light, one solid thing. Has an on and off switch. It has a little dialer, you know, to basically brighten it or dim it down. It runs off of USB, a rechargeable battery, but you can also put 4 AAA batteries in it. So essentially, once the battery you charge dies, if you have 4 AAA batteries, excuse me, then you can put those in, and you basically have a forever light. Okay? Now, of course, to charge the battery, it sucks because you basically have to have it in the light for the battery to charge. But hey, if you're camping and you need just a little tiny light, you can use the charge battery. You can use the battery that's been charged, use it till it dies, and then switch to the AAA batteries. So everyone says that lighting is the most important thing. And getting your lights right, getting your lighting set up right is the most important thing also. A lot of people say that. They say that's the first thing. Forget cameras, forget microphones. Lighting is the first thing. All right. Then there are those that say audio is the first thing. That audio is the thing you need to get right. Forget lighting and forget cameras. All right. Well, I'm using a shotgun microphone. Here's a shotgun microphone. Here is a shotgun microphone. I mean, not a shotgun, a condenser microphone. Here's another condenser microphone. Okay. I have a couple of lav mics, wireless and wired. There's a microphone built into the camera right here, right on top. There's microphones built into both of these action cameras and my other action camera, the GoPro. And then there are mics built in to my point and shoot cameras, the cheap, cameras that are under $100. They're all microphones. You talking to them? They are capturing audio. A microphone is designed to send your voice through the cable out into the software. And you hear it back, right? Have an itchy nose tonight. Then there are people that say the camera is the most important thing. Forget microphones and forget lights. The camera is the most important thing. There are people who say that. Well, this is a camera. I have two cameras right here, action cameras. That's a DSLR. In my bag over there, or actually over here, all of these are cameras. They're just point and shoot cameras. You'll see where I'm getting at. You'll see where I'm headed. So, what am I getting at? Where am I headed? They're all important. Because you put them all together and you get exactly what you're seeing right here on this screen, on your screen. You're seeing this video. They're all important. There is nothing first or last. There's no first and there's no last. They are all important at the same time. They are all the most important things at the same time, if that makes sense. Oh, lighting is the most important thing. It's not any other gear. But isn't lighting gear? So you're basically saying gear is not important. Lighting is gear. Oh, the only gear that's important is lighting. Well, okay, you say it like that. All right, sure. But you still ain't selling me. Nice try, motherfucker. Because lighting is important. Audio is important. and the camera is important. Do you want me to show you a bad video? I can show you a bad video. I can show you a really bad video. I can make one where I basically just take this camera and I use it as is. I don't tweak any settings. I don't attach a microphone to it. I don't turn on any lights. It'll be in the dark. I don't mess around with this focal adjuster. I don't tweak any settings. I basically I basically reset this camera back to factory settings and I just use it as is. I can do that. And I can basically take a video and then just have you watch it. And then I can go to one of these other cameras and do the same thing. Do the same thing. Do the same thing. And then you'll see how shitty things are. Right out the box. Without tweaking anything, without adding anything. Okay? I could do that test for you. For those who say the camera is the most important thing, forget lights and forget microphones. Okay, I'll just do a video with just a camera. I won't turn on any lights. There won't be any microphones except for the one that is built into the camera. And then for those of you who say the microphone is the only important thing, is the first important thing or the most important thing, forget lights and forget cameras. Then what I'll do is this. And I'll just have a microphone and you won't see me. Because the lights, the cameras don't matter. They're not the most important thing. You're just going to hear audio. And what I'll do is I'll just use different microphones. I'll even use shitty ones. And then for those of you that say lights are the most important thing, what I'll do is I'll take a video again where you won't hear any audio. Oh, I'll have the microphone here, but I'll mute the microphone. And I'll just have a bunch of lights and one of these cameras on. Actually, even better, I won't have the cameras on me. What I'll do is I'll turn the camera into the light. So all you see is light, because lighting is the most important thing, right? That's where the camera will be facing. The light matters. Not the audio, not the camera. And again, I'll use different cameras. No, see, everything matters. I hate it when people single out things. I hate it when someone says, oh, that's not what you should worry about. You should worry about this first. Nope. You should worry about everything first. Cameras do matter. Okay? Because there are cameras that are shitty quality. They exist out there. And there's good quality cameras. And there are people who do nothing but test cameras. That's all they do. That's their job. That's their life. It's their hobby. And they make videos telling you, look, you can see the graininess in the camera. There's people that test smartphones versus an actual point and shoot camera, whether it's interchangeable lens or fixed lens, and they show you the graininess. They show you the difference between a smartphone and a camera. Whatever type of camera it is, action camera, DSLR, a point and shoot, a camcorder, what do you call it? A cinema camera, whatever. Seriously. There are people who do nothing but test lights. They are important also, as well as the camera. There's people that do nothing but test microphones. All kinds. All different kinds. And I'm not just talking about the different kinds as in lavs, shotguns, and ribbons and dynamics. I'm talking about even different brands. And they'll tell you which one's shit and which one's not. I know that Marcus Pix says that cameras are not as important as lights and microphones, but he still knows that cameras are just as equally let me re-say that. Marcus Pix, even though he says cameras are not the most important thing, the most important things are lights and microphones, he still knows that a camera still has its place, that there's still some importance. Because there are bad quality cameras. And there are good quality cameras. He's tested them out. He's shown you. When he did the video of camcorders, he went from $20 to $1,500. And there is a difference. You can see the difference in quality. In the image quality, in the video quality. He's done that with DSLRs, action cameras, point and shoots, okay? He's done that with microphones. From $0 to $100. You see my point? He's done that with lights. So everything matters. Not just one thing. So when you type in lighting on YouTube, you type in cameras or you type in microphones, what do you get? You get what you typed in. So let's talk about lighting, since that is the biggest one. Type in lighting. Oh man. That right there is key number one more than microphones and cameras. People say lighting is so important, everything else doesn't exist. Like, lighting is all there is. Because without lighting, you don't have a video. Okay? So, there's no lighting on here. So, I don't have a video because there's no lighting, because the screen is black, because it's pitch black. If you didn't see me, if you didn't see the lights, would you watch this? Yes or no? I would watch it. You know why? Because if the content is great, I watch it. See, it's not the lights, the cameras, and the microphone. It's not that. It's the content. That is the most important thing. Forget the equipment. All of us need to have a mindset of forgetting equipment. I'm using shitty ass cheap action cameras. Can you not see me? You can't see me, right? Because according to everybody else, you can't see me because they're shitty action cameras, because shitty lights, because shitty microphone. You can't hear me. Can you not hear me? This microphone is $25. You can't hear me, right? You can't hear me. You do not hear the words that are coming out of my mouth. Again, none of this is important. The content is important. I do videos on microphones, cameras, and stuff, sure. But I do it for you fuckheads who, oh, come on, do a video on microphones. I got to see which microphone you have. I got to buy another microphone and do a video on it. Camera, lights, cameras, microphones. The content is the most important thing, not the equipment. Like I said, I could blacken this out. And if I was talking about something related to, the automotive world, if the screen was black and I was doing a automotive video, all right. If the screen was black like this and I was doing a video about cars and I really went into the nitty gritty talking about engine specs, 0 to 60 times from different manufacturers, but the screen was black. Basically, if the screen was black and it was great content, you wouldn't watch the video? Nah, you would watch the video. You would listen to it. See, what did we have before YouTube? We had podcasts where you listened. You didn't see anything. You heard things. Oh, so right there, we immediately go to the microphone is the most important thing. You don't see, you hear. But you're not there for the microphone. Oh, he's using a shitty microphone. Oh, he's using a good microphone. No, you're there for the content. You're not there for the microphone. Just like you're not watching this video for the cameras that I'm using, for the lights, the lighting, situation, where, and stuff like that. This video is not for lights, camera, and microphone. This video is for what I'm telling you, the content I am providing to you, that I'm speaking, what I am speaking about. That's what's important. Because there's people on YouTube who basically, they make videos just with their cell phone. There's no lights, there's no microphones. They literally take a cell phone. Alrighty, guys, what's up? Yo, it's nice and sunny. Be positive, stay cool. Those are the videos they do. Those are the type of videos they do. And they get 1 billion followers. 1 million. How is that? Because they're providing good content. Screw what equipment they're using. Screw if they're using lights or not, or if they're using a microphone or not. Screw that. Who cares? There's one built into the smartphone. Your cell phone has a microphone built in. So who gives a shit? As long as you can hear them, that's all that matters. As long as you can see them, that's all that matters. As long as you can hear me, that's all that matters. As long as you can see me, that's all that matters. Do you see what I'm saying? So stop with this. The camera's the most important. The microphone's the most important. Lights are the most important. What camera, what microphone, what light is he using? Forget about it. Like the Italian Mafia used to say, forget about it. Seriously. That was getting on my nerves. Now, those of you, like I said, like Marcus Pix does, like a lot of people do, who do testing. Where you do this microphone versus this microphone, and you're one of those people who you do like that kind of testing, like you have one of those what's it called? I don't know the exact word for it, but you have the machine that, you know, you can dial in for microphones. You know, you hook up a microphone and I don't want to say an oscilloscope, but you get my point. You know, like Marcus Pix, he has this device where you turn on a light and you can hold the device up to the light like this, and it'll give you a light reading, you know, of each light. It'll give you, and sometimes it'll give you the CRI count, you know, and all this stuff. So same thing with microphones, same thing with cameras. You can get devices that will read certain things that you want them to read. If you're doing that, that's totally fine. Because then you're actually, what you're doing is you're taking a product and you're dissecting it, you're analyzing it. And you're doing that so you can tell people, look, this microphone right here, okay, compared to this one, picks up a lot better directly from the front, right here, from this part. Whereas this microphone, okay, picks up better from the side. Because, well, these numbers right here show this for this microphone, okay? And then these numbers show this for this microphone, and yada, yada, yada. You know what I mean? So if you guys, so for those of you who are doing that type of work, I have total respect for you. Because it's not about the microphone. It's not about the microphone, the camera, or the lights. It's about the light readings. You know, it's about the resolution of the camera, you know, and about what the camera can capture and how it does in certain lighting situations, and how the autofocus, you know, the focusing mechanism, how that works between different cameras and different brands, you know, different types of cameras, different types of brand, you know, different brands. Same thing for lights, you know. Some lights are brighter than others. You know, I could have two different softbox lights, okay? I mean, there's not one over here, but I could have, you know, two different softbox lights on the side of me, okay? From two different companies, and they will output two different readings on the CRI scale. And they're both softbox lights. They're both in the same category, soft box. Okay? But two different companies. And they're putting out different CRI levels. They're outputting different levels of whatever it is. One may be higher than the other. You know what I'm saying? That is where it counts. That is the most important thing. And the content. Not action camera or DSLR. Softbox or panel. Shotgun or condenser. No. Because here's a shotgun microphone. And here's a condenser. They both pick up. It doesn't matter which one you use. You speak into it, people are going to hear you on both. But what counts is the other stuff. How this picks up. what direction this picks up best in. Same goes for this. And all of the other exciting readings that the technical people like to mess around with. How come there is a profession out there called audio engineer? I mean, I took audio engineering in at Fresno City College. I took one semester. That's a profession. That is a job, and they make really good money doing it. What do audio engineers do? They work with audio equipment 24/7. They basically test thousands of microphones with whatever equipment they have. There's a guy on YouTube, okay? Here's a good example. I'll bring up his channel one of these days if I can re-find it. I'm subscribed to him. He does a lot of testing with cables, all kinds of cables. 3.5 millimeter, okay? XLR, and these other ones. I'll have to go grab them. I forgot the name. Basically, I don't know if you can see that. Yep. These fat ones right here. The opposite of the 3.5 millimeter. Okay? I think they're called 1 inch or whatever. But these ones. So 3.5 millimeter, XLR, and these ones. He does testing of all types of cables. He buys a bunch of cables off of Amazon, off of eBay, off the internet, off, you know, from any store, you know, out in his location where he lives. And he's like, look, in today's video, I'm going to show you these two different cables and how there's a difference between them. This one delivers a bit of a hum. This one does not. This one is $50. This one is $10. And I'm going to show you on my device, okay? Say this is his device. There's a screen right here. Oh, look. You can see that the one that delivers the hum has this wave. And then the one that doesn't deliver a hum has this wave. You know, or however it goes. You see? So there are people who test all this stuff. And that's what you want to care about. If you're going to mention microphones, cameras, and lights, forget the camera. Forget the microphone. Forget the light. You want what you want. Is not that it's a microphone, but the specs of the microphone. The things people test for. I was so I went back to the studio, and I don't think I'm going to get to some automotive stuff tonight. I'll do it another day. But I was back at the studio with my partner, my buddy of mine, and my business partner, and I showed him the recorded video that I had made where I was using this microphone. And he said, damn, that microphone's really good. Man, that's clean. And I said, well, it's a cheap $25 XLR microphone where you put one AA battery in it to operate it. And then you hook it up to whatever you want to and start talking. right into it. And he said, man, that's clean. Then he said, and I see you even got your lighting situation a lot better than before. And I said, yeah, I basically messed around in the settings of my camera, of the microphone. I did some testing. I even added some things into OBS. Such as right here, I went into filters and I added all of these filters right here, all of them. And I tweaked a few of them. That's exactly what I did. I tweaked a few of these filters. Then I came back to this, where it says mic and aux, okay? And I went to advanced audio properties. And right here on the volume, I increased this to 1.0 dB. Alrighty. Then if you come to the DB Power EX5000 camera, okay, I added, all I did to here is just a crop pad. So I'm cropped in 130 all around to 30 right at the end. Same thing for this one. 130 and then 30. Okay? That's exactly what I did. Okay? That's exactly what I did. I messed around with the settings. See, forget what camera a person's using, forget what lights they're using, forget what microphone they're using. And care only about the settings. And the tweaks they've done to the camera or cameras, to the light or the lights, to the microphone or microphones. It's the settings. It's the tweaking of things. Because you could have all the lights in the world, but if you don't tweak those lights, if you don't dial in those lights, you'll get a shitty video. You'll get shitty lighting situation. If you don't tweak a few things in the microphone settings, if you don't tweak a few things, if you don't add certain filters to your microphone, it's going to be shit. You'll still hear the person, but it's going to be shit because there's things that are probably not going to be filtered out. There's things or I shouldn't say probably, there's things that are not going to be filtered out, and there's things that are going to be much louder than others or softer than others. Okay? You might hear some background noise, all this stuff. So you gotta basically make the microphone clean and crisp. The cameras, same deal. You basically have to mess around within your camera settings, which is what I was doing to this camera tonight. I was actually messing around with the settings because I have a bunch of lights now. There's 2 on me here. Well, 3. So there's 2 on me here. 1 right here. 1 right here. There's 1 right here. And then there's 2 here, which are illuminating the room, lighting up the room. And I had to adjust a few things on my camera to see what was the best possible image that wasn't too blown out, too dark, too soft, basically too much negative, too much positive. I wanted to be right in the middle, which is not default settings. Okay? I turned down the sharpness of this camera to low. It was on normal. It was in the middle, medium, okay? Normal. Okay, because some cameras, they call it medium, some cameras call it normal. So it wasn't on high, it was on normal or medium, whatever you want to call it. And then I switched it to low. And now there's less sharpness in the image. I can actually see myself here, and there's less sharpness. This other camera right here, it's too sharp and it's too blown out. And that's just the camera itself. It's just one of those cameras that this is how it comes out. You know, I mean, this camera, the head action camera, is just one of those cameras that makes the image come out like this. It's not as clean and soft like my DB Power EX5000. Okay, all right. They're both action cameras. Did you see my point? Look, this is a perfect example. These are both action cameras, same category camera, two different companies, but look how they're outputting. And they're both at the same resolution. Okay? In the same room. Different angles, but in the same room with the same type of lighting. And did you see how the head action camera was like exploding? It was like, it was a lot of sharpness. And the sharpness on the head action camera is at its lowest setting. So you see what I'm talking about? It's the settings that matter. Not just the item, and not just one item. All the items matter, but it's the settings that matter, not the action camera itself, just action camera or DSLR. No, because I can take any of my cameras, do the same video that I'm doing now, and you're going to get a different result. Because because the internals of the camera, the settings of the camera are all different. They're all different. All DSLRs are DSLRs, but they're all different. They doesn't matter which company. Yeah, they're all different companies, but all DSLRs are not the same. All mirrorless are not the same. Some have a little more sharpness than others. So you'll need to turn the sharpness down on the ones that have a little more. Some have less sharpness, so you need to turn it up to basically meet up with the one that has the more sharpness. You see what I'm saying? Unless you have two of the same action cameras from the same company, same model, you got to tweak settings. You got to tweak settings so they're both the same. And yes, there are limitations. The head action camera is limited compared to the DB Power EX5000. So that's another thing that you run into. So I give props to the audio engineers, the engineers who deal with cameras all the time, who deal with headphones, microphones, and lights. The ones who do the testing that can then tell you, look, these are the lights, cameras, and microphones you need for this type of setup, because these ones right here all work together. Because this light goes good with this camera, that then goes good with this microphone. And don't use any other brand, don't use it, just use what I showed you based off of my own testing. Seriously. You see, the rest of you out there, you're just sheeple, fucked up, retarded asses. You're just fucked up. You're people who basically, you go around, you go to Best Buy, you go to Amazon, you go to your yard sale, okay? You basically are going to buy something. And you're like, okay, I want to buy a microphone. Well, what microphone should I get? well, not even that. You say, I want to buy a shotgun mic. Okay. And you're like, well, what shotgun mic should I buy? Should I buy a Rode? Should I buy a Power DYs? So should I buy a Rode mic, a Movo mic, uh, what's another brand? Sennheiser mic. You basically just look at the brands. You basically don't even read the spec sheet. You don't even go watch videos on people who test all three of those mics from those three different brands. You're just like, well, all three of those are shotgun mics, so it doesn't really matter. Well, actually it does, because Sennheiser, Movo, and Rode, yes, they make shotgun mics, but they're each going to be different internally. The specs are going to be different. How they pick up is going to be different. Okay? Because what Rode is doing, Movo and Sennheiser are not doing. Rode built their microphone. They didn't build Movos and Sennheisers. Now, there is an instance where you get one of these microphones, okay? And then you come to find out that, oh, this is just this microphone over here. Just a different brand. It's the same microphone, just different branding. That, yes, that's an instance. But, like, for instance, I'll give you an example. Speaking of automotive, this is a quick one. In, what is it? Okay, the Honda NSX and the Acura NSX. The difference was the branding, but it was the same car. Okay, and the one in Japan was on the left side. I mean, right side. The steering wheel was on the right side. In America, it was on the left side, right? But other than that, the car was the same. You took the base model Honda NSX, base model Acura NSX, it was the same thing. You get that sometimes. Two different names, but the same microphone. So I'm not talking about that, okay? What I'm talking about is two different microphones. I mean, two different companies making the same microphone. Same kind of microphone, right? Company A is microphone is the same type of microphone as Company B, but there are some differences in pickup, in the quality of the pickup, in the quality of the thing inside here. I don't know if you can see it. Okay? There's a difference. They might use a cheaper quality wire. You know, they might not use copper. They might use something else as a conductor, you know, versus this one. You know what I'm saying? So literally, that's what you have to go to. You can't go to, Rode mic versus Movo mic. No. Screw the name. You know what you should do? Not because I said so. You know what you have to do? Not because I said so, but because you have to. Is start looking at videos of people doing microphone tests. Like with the internals, where they take the microphone apart. Where they basically have 2 to 3 of these kind of microphones, and they take them apart. Like I can do that to this one, but I'm not going to. And then they show you the inside wiring of the mic. And then they hook up some type of device that allows you to show a certain type of reading of whatever you want it to, to be. Look up videos like that. And that will teach you something. I'm actually going to give you a quick little reality check right here. Okay, I'm basically going to tell you some truths right here. All right. So in the studio with my buddy, Well, let me start from here. Okay. So I've always wanted to do videos, post them to YouTube, stuff like that. Okay. Not because I was born, you know, in the era of that. Not because, you know, I'm a millennial, early millennial, like old school millennial. Um, but because I like lights, camera, action. I like microphones. I like cameras. I like lights, just as well as I like a whole host of other things. But these are one of the things I like. Okay, so um, I wanted to always do this with somebody else. So I finally got to do it with someone else. And right off the bat, he asked me what to purchase. He asked me what to purchase. And when it came to microphones, because I already had one, because I did my own testing with it, I recommended he buy the 4-person podcast pack from Movo that you can get off of Amazon for, I believe, $149. It comes with 4 microphones. It comes with 4 mic arms, 4 of these things to hold your microphone in. It comes with 4 pop filters and then 4 of the mic heads. Okay, this mic head, the foam piece is off, simply because I'm basically using it right here on top of this microphone. Okay, for a purpose, because I want to see if it'll cancel out even more of what I want it to cancel out, which is the pops, the pings, and everything else. Okay, that's why you see dual on here. Oh. On the screen, it looked like it was ripped, so that's why I was looking around. I was like, wait, did I just rip it? Right about there. Looks ripped, but yeah. So he was having a problem with one of the microphones where he could hear the little hum noise. Okay? A hum noise. Now, when I use my mic, I don't hear the hum noise. I bought this single. This is just a single Movo mic. Movo condenser mic. That's all this is. And I don't hear a hum noise. Okay? But as he was using the mic and he was moving this arm right here, he was getting a hum noise. And then he would adjust the mic and he was getting a hum noise. So he left the building. I said, let me fix it. I touched the mic right here. Did you hear that? Okay. He was getting some hum noise. So all I did was I unscrewed, okay, the microphone, and I wiggled the wires. I put the thing in the center. I screwed it back in and I fixed the issue. Because the wires get a little tangled in there from factory, stuff like that. So that's just with this microphone. And it could also be the cables he's running too. After that, the microphone's been fixed. The other one that was on the other side of the table, that's for person number 2, there was no humming noise. You'll see the whole point here. See, it doesn't matter what company you go with. It doesn't matter what type of microphone. All microphones have a humming noise of some sort. Some microphones just have it much more. How should I say it? The humming noise is more prevalent in some mics than others. Same thing with cameras. Graininess is more prevalent than in other cameras, in some cameras more than others. So all you need to do is just fix the settings, fix whatever needs to be fixing, and it will be gone. It doesn't matter what equipment you have. Who cares how much it costs, which company it makes it, because, okay, Mayono right here. Mayono condenser microphone right here. Movo condenser microphone right here. It doesn't matter what brand made these. It doesn't matter what they cost. They can still both hum. They could still pick up pretty bad. They could still have defects. Doesn't matter what kind of mic they are. A microphone is a microphone. Doesn't matter what kind it is. This does not matter. The type of microphone, the kind of company that makes it, the price range. No. Because both these mics could still hum. Because of the mics or because of the cables. What matters is the components. That's what matters. So, like, a lot of people will say, you get these, use gold. Don't use brass. You see what I'm saying? Because gold is more conductive than brass. I'm just saying. You know, or iron or whatever. So, you know, use this metal, not that metal. So, you know, it's the same thing with everything. But I'm talking about lights, cameras, and microphones. That's what I'm talking about. And I'm getting sick and tired of everyone saying lights are the most important thing above all else. Cameras are the most important thing above all else. Microphones are the most important thing above all else. I'm saying everything is the most important thing. And there is no above all else. The content is the most important thing. Not the microphone, not the camera, not the lights. Okay? The content is the most important thing. Alrighty? Remember that. It's content. Forget what people are using. Forget what company they went with. Forget the price point. Forget the type of product. Just listen to the content. Look at it. End of story. All right? You don't watch. When you watch Star Wars, when you watch Indiana Jones, when you watch, you know, Fast and Furious, or, you know, when you watch a movie, do you basically go like, what kind of lights is he using? What kind of microphones did he use? What kind of cameras did he use? Or do you go, that was a really good movie, really good story. really good plot. The content was great. Now tell me, put in the comments section. Is it equipment or is it the content? You tell me. Equipment or content? The damn equipment? Or is it the damn content? You tell me. There are people that do videos on YouTube, do videos and they post them on the internet, and you don't see their face at all. And all you see is screen capture. You don't see their lighting situation. You don't see what microphone they're using. You don't even hear a microphone because sometimes they don't even talk. Sometimes they're just playing a video game and there's no talking. And so all you hear is the video game, the sound from the game. You don't see their face, so you don't see the lighting situation. And there's no noise coming from them, so you don't see what type of microphone they're using. There's no video feed, so you don't know what type of camera they're using. And you wouldn't know anyways because you don't see the camera. Unless they have one camera on the other one, so they show you, hey, this is a camera that's the face camera. Nope. So you don't see anything. All you see is a video game, screen capture, and you just hear the audio from the video game. And they are getting millions of views. Or they're just doing a screen capture video, but they're putting music to it. They just download a song, they put it with the video, and they're just showcasing, I don't know, whatever they're showcasing on the internet or whatever they're screen capturing. Like when people do those screen capture videos, you know, those videos of showing you how to do something in Windows 10, Windows 7, whatever, and you just have background music. There's no talking, there's no nothing, and then you just see words being typed up on the screen. You guys watch those videos, those tech videos, those videos on how to do things with software. You see how many views they get. Helpful tips and tricks. Helpful whatever. How to install this software, blah, 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 blah. There's no video feed. There's no audio. The only audio is just a song. Just music as the background. You don't see anything. You don't hear anything else. See anything else but the screen capture and the music. They have a lot of followers. They have a lot of views. A lot of subscribers. So? Huh? Exactly. So, none of this shit matters. But all of it matters together. And the most important thing is the content and the internals of the device. The spec sheet. You should look at the spec sheet and be like, well, this one is using copper, this one's using gold. Gold is more conductive. I'm going to use gold. So just find any microphone that uses gold. Doesn't matter what brand, doesn't matter what type of microphone, just find a microphone that uses gold. I'm going to be signing out here. And yeah, you guys take care. All right. Like, subscribe, share, hit that bell notification, hit the thumbs up. Make the world a better place. Expose evil. One camera, one microphone at a time. Do something in your area that's positive. Help the community out. Beat the devil out of your community with a big old brush. Alrighty, guys? All right, Biohazard Candy Kid signing out. Peace.